What's really good, my people? Welcome into No Catch Up Chicago, for Chicago, by Chicago, field level edition. Colin Sallee, Juice Man's in the building. We're going through Kanye West, Dad, a.k.a. as Juice likes to call him. He is obviously all over the news. I came across a New York Times article. I'm actually sleeping and was late on. We're going to go through that. We're going to talk about the album. The dust has settled on all the albums he's produced, so we're going to go through that. July 5th, we're going to talk about some Chicago news that caught our eye. We're going to bring up some articles. We'll do the little double box Chicago news. We're going to go through a couple stories that caught our attention.
Yep.
And we'll finalize it, close the show with the segment, Where Are We With? We're going to save the topics, but we're going to give our stance on a couple things that are hot button around the culture and the streets, put it like that.
The field.
The field, you know what I'm saying? Juice, first off, this is your first time in the studio.
It is. It's beautiful. It's
How you
absolutely
feeling?
beautiful. I feel great, man. I feel great. I had a pretty toned down fourth. Just kicked it up north with the lady, a couple festivals, a couple shows, chill in the yard, catch some rays. So I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm
The
not
washed vibe. You on your Nick the Quick
I'm
wash vibe.
on the way. I'm progressing towards being incredibly washed.
Dude,
And
once you find a little joint you like, it kind of just does that
oh
automatically.
yeah, oh yeah,
know what I'm saying?
The comfort sets in. I don't have to, like Nick said, you don't have to try to impress anybody anymore. You know, love is love. Peace is great. Life is beautiful.
Thanks.
I really have no complaints. I mean, we look beautiful, so I mean, this shit's beautiful.
It's lit. We here.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
4th of July, I know we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
You haven't been in the city for a 4th in a minute.
No, it hasn't been. It's been like 6 or 7 years, I'd say, since I've actually been downtown or anywhere in the Chicago area for the 4th. Like, you know me, baseball all day, every day, either playing or coaching. So I've been there for most of the 4th. Baseball and 4th of July go hand in hand. So,
Yes, they do.
So, yeah, I haven't had much time during this period of the year to get out. But
Word.
But I had some chances this year, and I was in Wisconsin up at Summerfest, up in Milwaukee. Got to see J. Cole. I haven't always been a big Cole guy.
Man, this put the nail in the coffin for you, though.
I feel like the last couple of years he was growing on me. I felt some vibes. I started to understand his overall vision as not just a rapper, but an artist and a man.
Yeah.
And I can respect some of the more recent stuff. The warm up, the Friday Night Lights didn't stick with me that much. Just didn't do it for me. And last couple of years started to hear more and enjoy more. But in person, live, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I had like 15 or so. I mean, it was $50 tickets, 50 minutes of music. I need more.
You said the dollar on the ticket amount got to at least equal the amount of minutes on stage.
Yes, they need to level out. They
feel
didn't. The crowd was great. He was pretty engaged, but he wasn't hype. He wasn't hype. He was going through the motions. He was lip syncing.
Yeah.
It wasn't ideal. And like I said, I wasn't a big Cole guy in the past. He played a lot of old hits, and they didn't all resonate with me. The new shit did.
I thought something was interesting that you said before about him just not being interested.
Yeah.
That he didn't seem like.
Yeah, he sounded like he was
just
over
not
it.
interested.
Yeah, he sounded like he was over it. Straight up. He sounded like he was over it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And the crowd was legit. Like, people were hyped. We were standing the whole time.
Right.
Like, no doubt. But as soon as he was done, the crowd just dipped. And
yeah, encore, no type of
like
vibe.
that doesn't really mesh with the encore. If most of the crowd dips and it wasn't sold out to begin with, like, you're not inclined to come back out. So
no doubt.
that didn't happen. And it was a festival. There were different stages. Steven Tyler and Aerosmith were playing as well. And I got over to see them, and that was amazing. That was awesome. I haven't seen Steven Tyler live. I'm not a big live show guy, honestly. I've been to like 10 shows in my life.
I've been trying to get to more. I'm not. Honestly, it's just more for the energy than the music, because like the quality is never really there. Like, just because it's obviously not
for sure
a controlled environment.
For sure.
But yeah, I hear that. As I mentioned to you, one of the best shows I've ever seen. before we get too far down this rabbit hole of
'Cause
we could definitely do this.
Yes, we could talk
But
about shows all night.
no doubt. I saw Guns N' Roses. We took some clients for work in Detroit at Ford Field. And you know me, I don't even rock with
None of that
rock
classic
music.
rock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
I
the
do,
show
I
was
do.
hard. Axl Rose was up there wilding. He was like, I don't even know how old he is. He's old. He
Screaming.
was up there screaming, doing his thing. So, like, it was crazy.
No doubt.
4th of July in the city, you didn't really miss much this year, bro. It's first off, it started pouring.
When did that happen?
I don't. Geez, some people I talked to, it was raining where they were at. Some people I talked to, it wasn't. But it was pouring where I was at. I was like West Loop area.
Yeah.
And it was pouring. Like,
Yeah.
not drizzling. It was pouring like, this is a night ender. Like, this is a
Torrential.
wrap. Yeah, torrential downpour. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was cool, man. It's a funky week with it being on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like 2 Mondays, 2
Yeah.
Sundays.
I had to work today. I felt like it was like it was Sunday when I woke up. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. It was good. It was good. Let's jump into Kanye West.
I'm always down to talk
And throw
that.
this on throw the Oh, we not connected to the. Is that what you were saying? I got you. Okay, let me see if I can connect to that while we're live and rocking. But Kanye West had a New York. See if that works, Aaron. I just loaded it up, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's a New York Times article.
Yeah, and let me know if you need like the IP. I can get it to you too, but we'll go from here.
I love it. In show production.
In show production.
Let's
you know
get
what I'm
it. I love it.
Kanye West dropped an article, or it was an interview with the New York Times.
Yeah.
Into the Wild with Kanye West.
Yes.
You need the IP? I'll give it to you real quick.
IP alert.
It is 10 235 181 139. What the fuck? That shit should automatically lock in. My bad, fellas. But okay, we'll get connected.
We will.
When I pass it to Juice, I'm gonna get that shit jumping up. But Kanye West dropped an album or had an interview with the New York Times.
Yep.
Obviously, the New York Times was on their shit. The writer of the article is John Caramanica. I think that's his name. How you pronounce it? But very, very well done.
Yeah, it is.
Goes in the depths.
It is.
They give the context, the background, and then they go through the different questions and stuff they want to talk to him about. I'm gonna kick it to you. I'm gonna get this up on the screen for these guys on the pod. But the main theme for me was confidence. He goes through these lulls, bro, and you can see it with his albums. We've talked about all this, and like him with this Ye album was like his mindset, the mental health, like the whole him and Cudi collabing was like therapy as well.
It was. A lot of it seems therapeutic, a lot of it really has seemed therapeutic. Even just the idea of him producing an album for Nas is therapy because he loves Nas so much. This guy loves Nas so much. He's talked about Nas since he started rapping. He's always paid homage to Nas. We Major, he finally got Nas on a track, and obviously that song resonates still with a lot of us. So just to your whole idea of him using these albums as an outlet and using these albums as a way to create more confidence and kind of bring himself back to life in the limelight is it's legit, because that's what's been happening here, and you can hear it, like Reborn, Feel the Love, all the screaming, all the outlets and the spontaneity of all these tracks are. I mean, it's just a pure. It's like he's talking to a psychiatrist, like, and we're the psychs, and we're listening to him, and we're listening to him and Cudi kind of find their space again. And the article does a great job of this. Early on, they talk about Tony Robbins, and about how Tony Robbins came in and
Kim Kardashian set up the intervention.
Yeah. And he was in down dog pose and mountain pose and just started to scream. And he goes, I was actually getting a little self-conscious in my own house about screaming. Like, that's an issue. He found that to be an issue. And I mean, if you put it in hindsight, it sounds like it would be an issue. Like, if you can't scream in your own house and be comfortable, how comfortable are you really?
And I quote, I was so self-conscious about my nanny and the housekeeper that I didn't want them to hear me screaming in the living room, Kanye said.
Yeah.
I think that's such a metaphor of something for the existence of so-called well-off people that they're not really well-off. They won't even scream in their own house.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the article opens up and sets up is, it seems like Kim can kind of feel his temperature, like he was down, bro. Calls up
the
Tony
sunken
Robbins.
Place.
Yeah, exactly. Calls up Tony Robbins. And if you don't know who Tony Robbins is,
read.
This is the ultimate speaker.
Yeah, motivator,
speaker.
Lifestyle.
Just exactly.
For sure. Seminars all over the place.
You know, and I always wonder about those guys. Who do they talk to? Like, they must be talking to some strong motherfuckers too.
Yeah, like,
because there's like this dude Tony Robbins and all those guys don't walk around like that all day long. Like,
no.
It might seem like that, but it's just not. It's just
So,
not how it works. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody had to get them right.
Exactly.
Like, who's going to get Tony Robbins right?
Right.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway.
That's who it is.
And I bet, yes, exactly. So he kind of talks about, like you said, going in the crib, getting his mind back right.
Yes.
And he was afraid. What I took from that is he was just so worried about what everyone else was thinking.
Yes.
It got down all the way to the nanny that he's paying to clean up his house.
Yes.
Like, he didn't want her to have a different perception of him.
Yeah.
And then he even talks about how when you have self-confidence, like, no one can tell you anything about shit, is basically what he said. He's like, when your self-confidence level's on an elite status, cut it out, it's a wrap.
I agree. And when you're up there, you almost feel more inclined to feel those judgments, right? Because that's where it all comes from. That's where it all stems from him. That's where it all stems for him. He's very, very self-conscious. He doesn't want to be judged in a derogatory light. And he's so famous and he's so well-known across the world. Like, he gets judged with every little thing he does. So it just heightens that anxiety that he naturally has. So it's not a surprise that this sunken place became, what he actually lived and stayed in for a while. It was his space.
I want to talk about a quote that really caught my attention in the beginning of the article.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long article, but like the setup of it's so great because then the bottom half is just kind of
Q&A.
Exactly, Q&A, right?
It's good stuff.
One of the quotes was, Kanye is talking about just artistic individuals, artists, whatever.
Yeah.
We need to be able to be in a situation where you can be irresponsible. That's one of the great privileges of an artist. An artist should be irresponsible in a way a 3-year-old should be. That really, I thought that was awesome. Because it just kind of gives a peek into, like, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
But you do want your art, because, like, everyone else, per se, has, like, these societal rules they have to follow. Like, I can't get a tattoo on my face because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, these artists and these musicians can be irresponsible like a 3-year-old.
Yes.
And that's how they produce the most captivating artistic sounds, movies, poetry, whatever, what have you.
Close.
You know what I mean? So I thought that was a really interesting article.
I get that. I get that.
Go check it out. Into the Wild with Kanye West. New York Times. You can catch it on his Twitter. I want to go into these albums. Like I said in the start, the dust has settled.
Yes. We
Tiana
got
Taylor's out. Nas is out. Kid See Ghost is out. Him and Cudi. Ye is out.
And then
Pusha's out.
Yes.
All 5 are out.
Yes.
Now, before we get into the review, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Because if you go back to Kanye's, let's pull up Kanye's Twitter feed. And
it's full of nonsense.
But listen to me though. Is it though? Since what? June 21st. Because if you were so
yeah, I'm looking at it.
He has some tributes to XXX 10 Ton Shone. Rest in peace. You motivated me.
Did they meet?
Did
they meet?
I don't know. That's a good question. But Look, it's there's a picture of North looking like a cute growing little girl. You know what I mean?
Little geisha girl.
This is back to June 16th, right?
Yeah.
And since June 16th, I would like to say almost a month, it's all positive stuff. He shouts out Virgil for the Louis
Hell of a
Vuitton
moment.
show.
Hell of a
that was
moment.
awesome.
Hell of a moment, those two hugging.
Talks about Tiana Taylor.
Yeah.
Then he's not as active.
He's not.
My question to you is, was that all a ploy for these 5 albums?
Was it a hype train?
Was it a hype train?
Yeah.
And did he think that? He's not an idiot, right? Did he just when he said that whole slavery thing and the whole Donald Trump collect?
Yes.
Donald Trump's the hottest dude in the world.
Yes.
If you want to you want to get some attention about a topic,
Yes.
bring him up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna pop, right?
Incredibly,
So-
especially on Twitter. Especially on Twitter.
As we've talked about, he wasn't on Twitter.
Was not.
Linked back, got back on Twitter, got his handle back, started tweeting.
Yeah.
Has 5 albums coming out.
Yeah.
The 5 albums are out. The dust is settled. Now
Yes.
he's back to tweeting positive things. He tweets every 4 or 5 days, and pretty soon he'll fall off. He won't be tweeting at all.
He'll go ghost. He'll go ghost for sure.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, my question to you, because I think that's the case, he just was like, oh man, I got these 5 albums out. I got to make this paper. I got some shoe releases coming out. Let's make a ton of noise on Twitter. Let's say some outlandish ass shit like
Yes.
slavery is a choice.
Yes.
And nothing sticks to me anyway because I'm Kanye.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to get as much buzz as humanly possible. I'm going to get all the buzz. I'm going to drop all these albums, and then I'm gonna be at the crib counting all this paper.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna
watching
chill and enjoy
everybody.
the summer.
Yeah, and do their thing. He was on a lake with his family yesterday. I saw. Love that. I'm not sure though. I'm really not sure if it was just like publicity. I think it's just that natural reaction as a businessman to promote. And I mean, if you're promoting, I guess that is publicity. Promotion and publicity go hand in hand. So I guess it is a form of just publicizing your projects and yourself and your brand. But I mean, I don't think it's like I don't think it's that much thought with him
But
when
I
it comes
used
to that.
to-
He just firing shit off because he feels it.
No, see, I used to think.
He's on the he's. Oh,
Let's
go
not
ahead.
get
Go
it
ahead.
twisted. I'm Kanye through and through. That's
He's
my
off.
guy.
He's off the meds.
This is calculated to the 10th degree. I used to think that he would just spew and it wasn't all calculated. This is 100% calculated front to back.
Maybe.
100%.
Maybe.
It doesn't make me like him less because, like you said, you have to market. You have to do what you have to do.
You do. I get it.
This is 100% a marketing campaign.
It probably is. I just want him to do his thing, and I'm glad he did it this way. I'm glad he spoke kind of directly to the people. And, you know, he talked about being irresponsible in the New York Times article about having political incorrectness. He said you shouldn't be too educated if you're going to talk about politics because then you're confined. That's his case with everything, not being confined and constricted. So I think that just kind of goes into what he spoke about on Twitter and in the NYT article about, because that's why he said that stuff about the slavery. He wasn't educated. He didn't know. He's like, I'm talking politics with no research. He said that. It's a quote in the article.
Yeah.
So yeah, like he's gonna do that. He did it for shock value. It worked. He went on TMZ, talked crazy. It worked. I disagree with not being educated and kind of informed on those type of things. But again, later on in the article, he talks about representing an entire demographic of people and that he needs to do better for these people. And again, that's putting Kanye in a confined
All
place.
I'm saying is that
don't confine
I
Kanye.
used to think that some of that stuff was just pure passion and
Yeah.
he would just type it. I
Yeah.
don't think that anymore.
You think it's all calculated like
All
LeBron?
calculated like LeBron.
That may be the
It's
case.
all calculated through and through. It doesn't make me. I think those are his actual opinions, but like he knows when he's tweeting them out and when he's not. But he makes it seem like he's just firing shit off.
I'll never believe that. I'll never go with that calculated shit. He's Kanye. He's way too random to be that calculated.
Random enough to for a 6 month span or a 6 week span to tweet every 2-3 minutes, and when you happen to have 5 albums dropping,
I mean,
and then all of a sudden you disappear when the 5 albums are done and your merch is bought and everything, you all of a sudden don't have anything to say?
No, the Meds.
Man,
The Meds. The Meds.
No, bro, listen. No, I'm not going for that. I'm not trying to do that.
I'm all in on thinking that the Meds dictate all this the last year for sure.
No, I'm not going for at least not the Twitter stuff. He's fallen off. He's basically fallen off the face of Twitter after literally tweeting nonstop. For
I know.
almost 6
I had to
weeks.
turn the notifications off actually.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Turn them back on though.
So, but let's talk about the success of these 5 projects, right?
Or lack thereof in some cases.
In some cases, right? Now let's. I want to pull up this. This is iTunes only, but this is the top album charts, right? We obviously got Drake, Scorpion, #1. I'm on my about 3rd or 4th run through, and I've concluded that shit is hard.
It is hard.
That's where I've concluded.
It's hard.
We can talk about that another time.
Side B is low key, like very.
Side
lit.
B is very tough.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
But let's go through this.
A couple filler joints, but it's
But that shit's hard.
It is.
Scorpion #1, Drake. Then this is everything. So this is not just hip hop, right? So we got Drake up at #1.
I see Gorillas.
Dude, the Carters are at 5. I'm just speaking on this hip hop piece.
Carter's
Post Malone
so
is at
good.
7. Cardi B is still at 9, which is outrageous.
I can't believe Post is still at 7. That album
know.
is so awful.
Ooh,
Beer bongs and Bentleys, is that what it's called?
that's a hot take.
There's
some tracks on there.
I think Post is like a talented dude. Why does he make awful music? I need answers. I actually think he's kind of talented.
Awful.
His music is almost unlistenable sometimes to me.
Wow.
To me.
Yeah, to you. Okay, that's.
I'd rather listen to
disagree
like
with you.
Nav.
I disagree with you. I like Nav too. They're completely different guys, but they're both.
But Nav is like trash though. Like, right?
He's entertaining though. There's certain times you throw Nav on, I'm like, this is hard.
Now
him
pulling up in
him and Trav with that champ. I think it's Championship or Champion. That track is nuts. It's just hard as fuck.
Champion with like all the boys on it?
No, it's Nav and Travis.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
But
we'll get back.
Juice WRLD, shout out Juice WRLD. I want to touch on him in a second.
Yeah, that's your boy. That's your
Chicago
boy.
guy, #14.
Yeah.
XXX, 10 Sean, rest in peace. He's at #17.
Yep.
Let's keep going down here. We don't get to one of those 5 projects until 40.
Yeah, because they're
Mind you, this is only on iTunes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And they don't have the best relationship with iTunes anyway.
No, they don't.
They don't. But just to put a little context in there, right? Because when the project first dropped and everything, it was at the top of the charts. They were 1 through 5 at one point.
No
right?
doubt, no doubt.
Well,
Kids See Ghost is still down there, way at the bottom, right there.
Right, no, it's on there. It's at 54. Like I'm not saying it's not on there, but the first one of those 5 is Ye, and it's at 40.
Got it. And low key, can we talk about Ye for a second?
Yeah, I was going to say, give me, you know what I'm saying? Give me your best projects. I'm going to show you I'll show you a little picture of just when they were at. This is when like all the projects were at 5 or whatever. So 1 through 3.
The more I've listened to Ye, the less I like it.
Interesting.
I haven't listened to it much since it came out, the first week or two.
I haven't listened to much of any of them since they really came out, especially since this Hove and Beyonce dropped. I've been banging that a ton. That shit is crazy.
It is crazy.
Crazy. That big boss talk on there.
Gee,
so
some of my boys from New York or in New Jersey who like love Jay and swear by Jay are like, what is this? Like, why is he talking down to us? Why are these beats so lame and simple? I'm like, gee, this is like real hip hop. Like,
right.
What are y'all talking about? But we'll talk about the Carters. It's a different point.
Yeah. But yeah, give me your
give
me your review.
I don't know. I like haven't listened to it much, and when I went back, I still liked. I've thought about Killing You. I still like Ghost Town, but I didn't feel like Violent Crimes as much. I didn't feel close enough as I just didn't. No Mistakes. I didn't feel it as much. I just didn't. Kids See Ghosts is probably the only one that's really, really, really still resonating with me personally. I listen to it every day still.
Really?
Yeah. Nas a little bit as well too. But the Push has kind of moved on from the rotation. Ye has moved out of the rotation.
For me, bro, I just love Pusha T, bro. I've been listening to Daytona still pretty frequently.
I listen to Daytona more than I listen to Ye.
Yeah.
The last month, no doubt.
So would you say the overall? Because this was I didn't even listen to Taylor.
I did twice. It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible.
But like
that means it wasn't good.
It doesn't resonate.
So that means it wasn't good.
I mean, shout out to Tiana. Like, she's been grinding for a while, but yeah, like, I'm not listening to that shit.
Right. So
I'd rather listen to Frank Ocean.
was this overall let me produce 5 albums in a very short period of time a success, you would say?
Yes. I think it was a success because Kanye can do no wrong, in my opinion. So that's basically my real answer. If I didn't feel differently, I would give you a more, in-depth answer. But I think that he talked about doing this. They said this was going to happen, and I think a lot of the stuff will resonate outside of, Ye, and that's really it. I think Tiana kind of, she still has a certain amount of work to do on her own name and her own art to kind of carry that weight. I think some of that stuff sounded decent, but like I can't name one of those songs.
Right. I think
the Knobs was awesome. I think Kids See Ghosts was awesome, and I think those two alone make it a success. So I guess that is a little more in-depth answer because those 14 songs, like those are 14 serious pieces of music, in my opinion.
I mean, there's 35 tracks total, right? I would say there's a good handful of those that are very good.
I agree.
So
more than for sure.
You know what I mean? So yes. if you want to put it like that,
yes.
This guy produced 35 tracks.
30 are hits,
right?
Essentially.
I don't know about 30, but
a good quality music. Quality music.
There's a good amount of them, right? I think it was dope just because he brought. It's simply a success for me because he brought Kid Cudi and Nas back in the fold, and they were relevant, and they're more relevant than they were a little bit ago. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So anytime you can, you could sell me on a project with Kid Cudi and Nas and
all day,
those guys getting out and about and being talked about. I can't. I'm never gonna frown upon that. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
And both of them haven't missed a beat. They're both just as good as I remember. Kid Cudi.
I think he's evolved, actually. Cudi. Which is saying a lot because, like.
Well, he's definitely evolved from he's just in a whole different place. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just like in general, as a person. Yeah. Like, he's really evolved. And he was amazing. Like, Dragon slaying and, what's the name of that? What's the name of that album he dropped 2016? Dragon Slaying and something else.
Put me on the spot, I don't remember.
But it's Dragon Slaying. It's in the goddamn album title. It's amazing. That's a great piece of music. So I mean, Cudi's always been one of my favorite artists. I know Sean's as well. So to say that he's evolved, like, might be a stretch, but I think it goes to show you that Ye and him just have that.
Yeah.
And you could hear that on Gorgeous. You could hear that on Poker Face back in the day. Yeah. They just have that energy in that booth in the studio that is just unmatched.
Let's pivot a little bit.
They kind of bring the best out of each other.
Yeah, let's pivot a little bit because since we're on the music scene, we're talking about people evolving. Obviously, the music industry, the rap game has evolved quite a bit.
It has.
In the last however many years, right?
Yeah. Decade.
Seriously. I went to the Apple Music event for Juice WRLD. Apple Music does these events. Shout out my guy Deontay. What's up?
On the river?
It was at Concord.
The new Apple store?
No, it was at Concord. They do like a series. So let me explain it to you, right?
Please
so Apple Music does a series with up and coming artists that they feature them in their hometown. So they did like Daniel Caesar out in California.
I love that man so much.
He's a monster, by the way.
Dude's voice is the best.
He's just OD talented.
He is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you see him live?
Caesar?
During the Red Bull series? Did you make that show?
No, I didn't.
During
the 30 nights or Red Bull 30 for 30 or whatever it was?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
I missed that too.
Yeah, that would have been tough. That was a tough ticket.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, carry on.
No, yeah. So it was Juice WRLD's turn. He's blowing up.
Who is he? Please give me some details on folks.
He's an emo rapper.
From Chicago?
Yeah, from Chicago. You got to get up to snuff, bro.
I'm not. I still listen to Nas and Kanye.
No, I feel you. No, I feel it. So listen to me. So you've heard. I bet you if I played one of his tracks, you would know it. But I went to his show. It was dope. I actually saw Joe Fresh Goods up there. I saw Vic. All those guys were up there. Said what's up to those dudes.
Dope.
But talk to me about your feelings about this like depression rap.
Yeah.
Like the mental health rap.
Yeah.
Because like literally every song that's on this dude's, I think his album's called 999 or Change the World or something like that. I can't really remember, but Juice WRLD, his biggest hits and tracks is talking about death, depression, you broke my heart,
prescriptions,
like heavy. And I'm sitting there, and this is 100% a crowd that is 17 to 21, 22 years old.
No doubt.
I'm sitting in the back, and I just like to catch the vibe and listen and see what people are reacting to. Yeah. Because I'm an old head now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're in the same boat.
Yeah. Like, so I'm just kind of, I'm in the back. I'm having a drink. I'm watching. And I'm
semi-washed.
Yeah. And I'm kind of just like, what are these kids like really vibing to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Bro,
they love this shit. Like, it's depression based. It's mental health based. It's prescription based, like you said.
Yeah.
I think the old heads are so. I'm in the middle about it. It's tough for me to listen to sometimes for like a long stretch because it's like so dark for minute blocks at a time.
So emo,
and it's like it's super emo. So it's like, all right, bro, like I get it.
Yeah.
But from all the stuff I've read and just the kind of heartbeat of Twitter and like the comments of people is that, hey man, this is great for me because it shows that I'm not the only person going through this. So I can, if that helps people that are in a dark place and one of their rappers can do that.
Yeah.
Cool. That's great. So then like I can appreciate it. But I think some of the older heads are like, man, like, what are y'all depressed about? Like, y'all talking about all this depressed shit. Like, what is this even about? Like, rap used to be about bars and metaphors, and now it's about depression and
your feelings
and talking about suicide. Yeah. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
That's an interesting one, because Tupac and Biggie talked about dying.
Yeah.
So,
and no one was talking shit when Wayne dropped that I feel like dying. That was like,
that's a hell of a sample.
That was peak, like, Wayne's in a dark place, but making OD music.
Yes.
Like, that was when like Wayne was off the lean, like
crazy.
Me
and
like,
my drink.
Yes. Like that was all he was doing, and he was coming out with crazy classics.
Yeah.
But no one was really mentioning it then. But that's kind of it's the exact same thing.
For sure. And I think music in general, like people in the 60s and 70s were listening to music about heroin and heroin addiction, like Pink Floyd, acid, like tons of different underlying themes that are kind of the same, And I think now the internet has made those a little bit more magnified. So we all can share and talk about those things. Everybody's scanning on Twitter. We all see everything in SoundCloud. Obviously, we all know we have our outlets. They're all over the place. We're saturated with information. So that SoundCloud depression rap, I kind of think it's good for the game. To be dead honest with you, I think it's important that some of these kids have these feelings and that they're actually able to speak on them. I haven't always felt this way. I've kind of grown to understand mental health a little bit more, just through family and friends. And seeing it firsthand. And I think it's important for the game. Not saying I listen to it or I enjoy it. Some of it I will listen to. I think Lil Peep, I didn't know who he was. He passed away.
Me either.
He passed away from fentanyl overdose.
Yeah.
21-year-old, not sure where he's from. But I hadn't heard of him until he passed away. And I listened to a song that Sean C.K. put on CKFM. It's called Star Show. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It's an acoustic beginning, kind of a mellow, a little bit dark, and he starts rapping about a girl he was in love with. Not tons of drug talk, but a little bit. And I thought to myself, like, this kid has some actual talent. So I don't want to write them all off. So that's kind of my first. That's kind of my first like real stance on them as a whole. So, but yeah, I think it's good. I think it's positive in some regards. I also think it has issues because kids are gonna start using all these drugs and like want to experiment.
See, I'm not buying into that because
I mean,
we were listening to Jeezy. We didn't start pushing weight and like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
that's tough for me to buy into. But like,
I get that. I get that. I get both sides.
Yeah, I think it's positive in a very positive sense is that these dudes look like real people. Like now these dudes have real problems. Like they're rapping about real shit.
Yeah.
Instead of like, I'm on a private, my rollies a bust down.
Yeah.
I'm fucking all these chicks.
Yeah.
I got my knot too big. I got so much money it can't even fit in my pants pocket.
Yeah.
Like the positive thing for me is that at least they're talking about some real shit.
I agree.
Like, man, this girl really broke my heart. I'm really down in the dumps type shit.
Yeah.
So like I think that's why it's catching so much of like a wave. Like I don't want to call it a depression wave, but like it's a real people wave.
Yeah.
Like people are sad sometimes.
Man, people
like,
are emotional.
That's just what it is, right? So it's like the young folks are gravitating to that because that's real life.
Yeah,
and people just like people gravitate to Rich the Kid.
They relate.
Because they want to get there and act like that and have the chicks and have the money and have the cars.
Yeah.
They relate to that because that's what they aspire to be to. And they relate to this because this is actual real life. Like, I used to like this chick. I'm super down on my shit. She's not fucking with me. And this is where we're at. Yeah. So it's interesting, man. It's I can see it unfolding. The old heads like, what is going on? Yeah. And then the younger folks are like, nah, man, you're not listening. Like, this is what we're going through type of thing. Yeah. So it's an interesting time on that level.
And these kids have grown up with the internet, too.
Yeah.
I think that has an impact.
For sure.
That has an impact. But, yeah, if y'all are writing out – I got a message for the camera real quick. If y'all are writing off SoundCloud rappers, don't do it. Just listen to them. Don't be judgmental. That's it.
Absolutely. They produce some real big time artists.
Some substantive music.
No doubt.
But people still don't listen to Uzi. Like, they'll still write Uzi off. And, like, he kind of spearheaded this little movement.
Yeah.
So
whoever's writing Uzi off is a fool, doesn't know what they're talking about. So, this dude, like, listen to the kids, bro. That's just real.
Yep.
Listen to the kids, bro. Like, they'll tell you what's going on. But let's pivot to this Chicago news.
Yes.
I saw an article that made me so mad I was like boiling, bro. Because internally, I actually haven't even talked about this with anybody.
Oh well, let it out. Let it out.
Cause I'm definitely gonna let it out.
Yeah, please do.
Pull up this screen for me, Aaron. Look at the headline on this story, bro. What? 3 city stickers on the same car in 90 minutes. Why?
Dude, it's such robbery. It's such robbery.
Yo, so
oh my god.
Then the sub is for those folks listening on iTunes on the pod. 3 city sticker tickets on the same car in 90 minutes. Chicago has issued 20,000 duplicate city sticker tickets since 2007. City officials are now looking at whether this violates a city ordinance and say motorists might get a refund.
Might.
Now, this hit home for me. Not that, like everyone else listening, has got a ticket before. And it's one of, like, you want to talk about depression? When you see that orange thing on your windshield, instantaneous. I'm depressed right off top. Like, instant day ruiner. You know what I'm saying? So
I get more pissed than sad. I want to punch my window.
I'm sad because I'm disappointed in myself for letting this shit happen.
I
didn't read the sign, or I didn't pay the meter, or I took a risk. Like, yo, let me try to save this $2 and not put it on there, and then you end up getting a parking ticket for $100. Yeah. So whatever, right? But basically, this article goes. They go through a bunch of situations where there's a case where a vehicle received 2, 3, 4, and even in one case 5 city sticker tickets on the same day. So he was pulling the ticket off of his car, and they were giving him another one in the same day.
Dude.
Yeah, crazy, right? So this brought me to the
You
thing
gotta smack
where
somebody.
I understand Chicago's got to make its money.
Dude, no.
But, like, that shit is ridiculous. And, like, the fact that I don't know how the ticket thing works. If you could pull up a record, like, did they get a ticket that day or have they got a City Stickers ticket before, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But dude, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be walking by cars and there's 3-4 tickets on the dashboard. Like,
No, you shouldn't.
that shit's outrageous. And then where this is taking me is I'm tired of everywhere I go, everyone trying to gouge you, bro. Everywhere. Like, I understand you got to make your money, but, like, where does the fucking line end, bro?
It doesn't.
Like, it doesn't end. And I get this is America. This is capitalism. I understand that.
It's extreme.
But it's starting to get so extreme, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I was eating dinner the other day, and I was expensing it for work. And I was mad at, like, how much shit was, and I wasn't even paying for it because it's just the principle thing of we're getting got so wild that, like, I was first
like all the time, too.
all the time, everywhere you go, bro.
Yeah.
Parking, fucking, getting a drink, getting a bottle of water, it's nonstop, right? In the summertime, I drink Tito soda. That's what I drink. It's light. I don't get a hangover as bad as I do with dark liquor.
So like that's your drink.
That's in the summer, bro. If I'm drinking hard alcohol, it's Tito soda. I ordered a Tito soda the other day. Mind you, I was in Gold Coast, fine. It was $15.
Yeah.
A Tito soda was $15.
Yeah, that's just despicable, bro.
Like,
it's absolutely despicable. Where were you? Like, what was the name of this bar?
I was at Maple and Ash.
Oh God.
So it was like it's a bougie restaurant.
It is bougie. They got pretty good food, I heard.
The food is solid though.
I heard the food is like crazy.
Food is solid. But I guess what I'm getting at is like I saw that article and it's like, bro, people are really trying to make shit happen out here and do their thing and work hard.
They are.
And you're gonna hammer me for a City Sticker ticket 5 times in one day?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Well, you know all this stuff it's like outsourced. Our entire parking conglomerate, if you will, is outsourced. I think somewhere in
Daily
India.
flipped it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's in India. So, like the city, the ordinances and like all that shit, it doesn't really matter or apply. Like the city's under control by whoever's running this outside of the country, if I'm not mistaken. I've had tons of tickets. I've been down to Gotham and gotten my car towed, and like that shit is for the birds, and I never want to go down there again.
I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, bro.
Dude. Like
straight up, that shit's awful.
It's hell down there. It's hell.
But yeah, that's all I wanted. I had to touch on that. Everywhere you go,
it's tough.
Everybody's in your pocket. It's wild.
Tough.
Like, and I get it. You have a family, and it's almost like, yo, I gotta go to the suburbs, bro. I'm gonna go broke out here.
Yeah,
like trying to park and like do all that type of shit. I get it. 200,000
people left Chicago in 2017. That's a fact. 200,000 people. We dropped. Houston has more people than Chicago. I heard Houston sucks, but that's just my take. I mean, that's what I heard. I've never been to Houston.
I've been to Houston,
but
spread out.
Yeah. But people are leaving Chicago, so take that with a grain of salt. Do what you want with that information, people. The cost of living is rising, and like you said, we're getting gouged left and right, which is why I don't come to the city on the 4th of July.
Right. That's why you pivot. All right, let's jump over to the article that you touched on. You wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Cubs owner Tom Ricketts.
Yes. Tom Ricketts, they bought the Cubs in 2009. They are a very well-to-do family, various outlets of money over the years. They recently closed on a deal. The details are currently disclosed. We don't know at the moment. But soccer is coming to the Lincoln Yards on the north side of the city, people. We are hitting the river. The United States Soccer League, the United Soccer League, is an expansion league meant to combat the MLS, which is actually signing some decent names now. Some washed.
Shout out Wayne Rooney.
Shout out Zlatan, who has 10 goals in like 9 matches. The Lion himself. He's pretty good.
I don't watch any MLS, but yeah, we'll get to
I
it.
don't either. I
Yeah.
just see like IG highlights,
Yeah.
which is pretty sad for
House
them.
of highlights.
That
Yeah.
sucks. That sucks for them. But yeah, so we can have some soccer in the city, and I think that's a pretty cool place to kind of get it going. It's been very coveted. People spoke on Amazon being possibly a suitor for that space. If you're not familiar, people, what we're talking about is the Lincoln Steel Yards. It's a whole bunch of open space that used to be obviously a steel yard, and it's now just open and it's ready to be developed just north of where the old Tribune building is, obviously a little bit west of the lake. So Elon Musk was in bidding to kind of land some space there. He was going to build one of his factories. I don't know what the hell Elon Musk is up to. None of us really do, but he's out. And the Ricketts have shown the ability to command a legitimate sports organization and put people in place to have success. We're dealing with an expansion league, so they need some credibility. They need some skin in the game, so to speak. The Ricketts instantaneously give them that. I'm not sure of the details and the numbers. Like I've said, the figures are currently disclosed, but it sounds like we're going to get some professional men's soccer on the north side of the city in a pretty coveted, cool area that hugs the just around that little bend in the river there.
I'm not a big MLS guy. I'm into soccer through and through, but I'm watching the big boys, Premier League, La Liga, those guys, right?
Yeah, Serie A.
Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't catch like a fire game if it was in the city.
Like in the city, like Soldier, or in the city like this?
Like
new
this,
stadium?
like this situation. Like
Word.
this situation would be a whole different thing. I mean, yeah, I guess Soldier would work too, right? But the Chicago Fire playing at Toyota Park, I'm just not happening for me.
Nah.
Like I'm not going out there for mediocre MLS soccer. Like it's just not gonna happen. But if I could hop on some public transit
for sure
and go grab a beer and sit outside and watch a game, that would interest me.
Yeah, less
I'm
than
not
a mile.
gonna. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not gonna go out to Toyota Park and do all that.
For
So
sure.
that's interesting, man. Ricketts is
For sure.
and soon enough he'll bang down that more night games. He'll get his way. He'll keep knocking on the door.
No doubt.
So yeah,
And just the space alone, like that lot alone, will draw people. You have a beautiful view of the city there. You have water. Chicagoans, if we love anything, we love the lake, we love the river, and we love our buildings. It speaks for itself.
no doubt.
So I think it's they're onto something there, because that venue's not just going to be soccer. The Ricketts have proven that they can get people in place. They've proven they can.
That's the key. The venue will not just be soccer.
Not at all.
So however he wants to angle it as.
There's billions waiting here, period.
Yeah. Northerly Island on the north side type of thing.
Yes.
Type of vibe.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. I'm all into it.
No doubt. All right, let's close the show out. We're going to start doing a little segment. Obviously, we're going to rotate a bunch of different segments in, but I love this segment.
We're working, people.
Where are we with? So I'm going to give you a couple things.
Oh, yeah?
And we're going to go back and forth on where are we with this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's kick it off with where are we with male fanny packs, bags, crossbodies, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, well, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. You feel me? You feel me, dog?
The camo.
I'm all about it. The camo, $9 on Amazon. I haven't worn a fanny pack since 1996, the Olympics in Atlanta with my old man, and I loved it back then.
Yeah.
I see my boy Virgil rocking it. I'm like, I'm sick of pockets. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm walking around the city. It's become an accessory. We got clout, so I'm doing it.
100%. I'm with you.
Period.
Where are we with fanny packs? I'm on it.
I'm in it. Yeah.
I got a crossbody Carhartt work in progress.
Yes. Is it like the lateral,
Where is it
or
at?
is it a little?
I got it right here.
Is it a little stockier?
Hit me, Aaron. Look at this joint right here. This joint is hard, right? I threw a little joint. I threw a little buttons on it. Chicago love.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
No doubt. No doubt.
But bro, you hit it dead on, bro.
So convenient.
It's wild convenient. I don't have anything in my pockets. It's an accessory. And for some reason, I feel like, we'll get into this too, I feel like I can wear sandals And if I have this crossbody, it brings it all together.
I agree.
So we're gonna talk.
agree.
We'll talk about the sandals, but
I agree.
bro, fellas, go get a crossbody bag, or of some nature.
Don't be goofy with it.
Yeah, you could do
It's
it.
not for everybody.
in multiple different ways.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
go get that.
yeah.
Go get the crossbody. Do your thing, and you will not regret it because they're so nice when you don't have to put your phone, your keys, and your wallet in your pocket, and you're sitting on it.
And whatever else the hell you got.
Exactly, because you probably got some other things with you, some buds, whatever.
Yeah, like no, for real. Like I have glasses, as you can see.
Yeah.
And dog, I have like
What's in your bag, bro?
I have a Phelps glasses cleaner, dog, ready to roll. I have my glasses spray ready to roll. I have some mints ready to roll. I got some Vaseline, dog.
Right.
I mean, I got my keys, also camo. I mean, hold on, let me
you
get something straight on camo real quick.
You a camo head on the low, but
Oh, I am, for sure.
Yeah.
But I was just going to speak on that. My boy Brent Faber from Michigan has put me on camo since 2011.
you're not the camo army camo. You're like the hunter, the hunting camo.
Exactly. The trees, the leaves, the
Yeah.
moss. Give me all that. Give me all that. Give me all that. And it's not the wave. It's like I was rocking this in 2012, like out, and folks were looking at me like, you shot a deer? Like, nah, dog.
It's just the wave.
I'm just
not.
I'm just not trying to. I'm trying to be unseen.
Right.
So, but yeah. So we are on board with fannies.
Yeah, bro. I'm all over it. And one thing it has helped me do too is I'm not pulling out my phone as much.
Yeah.
Because it's on my back in the bag or wherever
Yeah.
I have the bag.
Yep.
But I'm not constantly. It's not buzzing in my pocket. So like I'll check it
Exactly.
periodically, and that's like a low key sleeper advantage to having it in the bag.
I'm glad you're on board because I didn't know you copped that, and I know you, and you didn't know I had this either.
No,
so
yeah, we're
locked.
Where are we with it? We locked in.
yeah, exactly.
All right, where are we with sandals, bro? Because I've been rocking these Tevas, bro. These are the most comfortable shoes I own right now.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's summer, and I've been rocking the fuck out of these,
Yeah, and are they?
bro.
Do
Classic.
they work with other things? Like, can you mix it up?
I mean, for me, it depends who you ask. For me, I've been rocking them with a lot of different things. I think it looks fashionable. I think it's fire. I put together fits with socks with them on, without socks.
Word.
I think it's decent.
Word.
Some people obviously hate on me and be like, "Yo, this shit is trash."
Yeah.
But where are we? That's the question.
So you're with it.
I'm with it.
You're on board.
Yeah.
Which is totally fair. I'm kind of indifferent. I wouldn't rock them personally. I'd rather just go some straight up sports slides,
Right.
some Nikes or Adidas, whatever the
Yeah.
case is. And I have some of those. So I'm not a big fan of the Velcro, like the connections.
Yeah.
So it's just not my steez personally. But I'm not gonna like.
It just looks a
I'm
little
not
more
gonna
dressed
see-
up than the slide.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like a little more put together for
Yeah,
me.
it's like the Jesus sandal, so to speak.
Chancletas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with it. I'm not gonna go buy them, but I'm with it. I'm with it, no doubt.
Bet,
like
bet.
I get the appeal. I get
Bet,
the appeal. I'm
bet.
not gonna clown a nigga for wearing them. You feel me?
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Last and not least, where are we with Supreme?
Or maybe least.
Yeah. But where are we with Supreme?
I'm off.
Streetwear.
I'm
You're off.
I'm off completely. The only thing I want Supreme is these mason jars that they have because I love mason jars.
Okay,
I just
yeah.
like collect jars, like pickle jars. I keep them low key, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like I have to go through and throw.
Why are you off of it? Why are you off
Supreme?
Supreme though?
Because I just
They're
don't,
doing too much?
I just don't get it. I just don't get like why a simple little italicized logo on a T-shirt that's like not Egyptian cotton or 400 GSM count is going to cost me $600. I truly do not get it. Is it made in Italy? Is the stuff different? Like, where's the... I understand if it's like a startup and they're trying to raise capital. Like, that's how most of those fashions like I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like Yeezy.
a lot of that
Boys,
really custom stuff is super expensive to make when you're like starting off as like
like handmade.
If there was
shit.
a Sean Little line, it would take me a lot of money to make a jacket. That's why it costs so much. Whatever.
Yes, or jeans or a garment, whatever. But I just don't get why this doesn't have that type of appeal. It's just hoodies and T-shirts. And I've seen the website. I mean, there's a bunch of shit on the website. But I just don't know. I just don't get it. It's the skate culture, right?
It's the skate culture that kicked it off, yeah, no doubt. But it's running wild. They did the Louis Vuitton collab and all that stuff. So I mean, it's taking its own. So I think I don't know if I have this correct, but I'm pretty sure the owner of Supreme is a billionaire now. Something crazy.
I believe that.
Yeah,
they were the brand of the year.
Yeah, like something crazy, right? I'm not off it. Because
I'm so off the clothes.
I'm off it a little bit just because when I see it, I automatically think the guy's like a hype beast.
Of course.
But I got a Supreme hat, and I like the hat.
I do like the camp hats.
But it's got to be like very low key.
I do like the camp hats.
Like the only time I'll wear my Supreme joint is if the rest of my fit is wild plain. I just got a Supreme hat on.
Word.
Like I'm never wearing like Supreme hat with a bunch of other streetwear shit. It just looks. When it comes to fashion, I'm really off of the guy that wears like the Supreme hat, the crystal, like the Palace shirt.
I think Palace,
the off-white pants, and it's just like this. This is too much, bro.
With the Virgil Nikes.
Yeah, like yo, relax,
get away from
my
me,
G.
dog.
Yeah, exactly. So
like
some of their stuff is dope. The collabs. I mean, it's just the purest form of
hype.
Clout hype.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
It really is. I think it's fascinating.
They actually have a dope crossbody bag that's pretty tough though. Since we were talking about like they have this crossbody.
How much is it?
You can't even get one. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I mean,
everything sold out.
Right.
Everything sold out. Actually, if you scan their website, I have scanned Supreme's website.
Yeah,
I have, and I have one in a queue on my WRLD account, a camp hat that it doesn't even say Supreme. It says it very lightly in dots on the side.
Yeah,
and I think it's
like Braille.
Cool. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
but
yeah.
the front is plain. It's all blue. So I might actually cop a Supreme.
I'm on the subtle logo stuff.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm with you with that. I agree with that. But I'm more.
I like when someone has to ask me, "What is that? Like, what kind of jacket is that?" Like, because a lot of this shit's like, I mean, you can't miss what it is.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what is that? Like, oh, this is what it is, type thing.
Yo, sleeper brand, Aim Leon, out of
New
New York.
Out of New York.
Yeah. I've been on Aim for like the last year.
Some real dope shit.
Dude, it's amazing stuff. I got a hat.
Have you seen that fit with like the all like velour top, velour pants, velour fanny?
Yes.
Crazy.
The side.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, he's got a lot of dope shit.
They got some nice stuff.
Yeah.
They got like this suede brim on this flat brim.
Yeah.
Just some really cool stuff. And like great mock necks that are tight to the neck. Those are fire.
Yeah.
Just a little sleeper to look on. Aim Leon. Shout out to Lucas because he really started that wave. Supreme accessories intrigue me more than all these clothes.
Facts.
That's about it. That's all. That's like my real take with Supreme. I think it's creative. I think that's pretty creative. Like the hunting knife, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
The lockbox, I think that's cool. I'm not gonna pay $380 at Boneyard for it,
right?
But I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Some of that old Supreme shit with like Marilyn Monroe and like the random old celebrities, I think some of those are cool. But like just the box logo, like nah.
I feel it. I feel it. Yo, that's the first episode of No Catch Up Chicago Field Level in the studio. Make sure you subscribe, man. YouTube, iTunes. Follow us on Instagram at No Catch Up Chicago. We're going to keep it consistent. Tuesday, we talking sports. Thursday, we're talking news, culture in the Chicago streets. Let's go. We out of here. For Colin Sallee, I'm Sean Little. Peace and love. Let's get it.